Okay, now we've installed Juju and configured it to work with our cloud provider, we can go ahead and use it. I'm just opening up a terminal and I'll make it a bit bigger, and if you run Juju help you'll see a list of the common commands. The first one we want to use is Juju bootstrap. Okay, and what this does is it contacts the cloud provider and creates an instance which Juju can then use as a bootstrap to deploy and control other services you might want to run on your cloud. And that has returned, so we can go ahead and deploy some of those services. We'll start out with something simple and deploy WordPress. Okay, so what's happening now is that Juju will fetch the charm for WordPress and then use that to create another instance in the cloud to install WordPress onto. This process can take a while, so you might have to wait a short while for this to return. Okay, now that's returned. WordPress also likes to have a database, so we'll deploy one of those. And if you use the V switch, you get the verbose output, which shows you what exactly is going on in the background, which can be comforting sometimes. And we can see that that's returned as well. Now, those two services at the moment are just running independently, but obviously we want them to work together. That's easily done with Juju. We use the add relation command and just list the services. And this creates a link between those two services, so they know each other exists and they can work together in whatever way seems appropriate. Okay, so that's done. Now we will use the expose command to make our WordPress instance publicly available. And although most of these commands return quite quickly, obviously there's a lot of work going on in the background, and just because the command has returned doesn't necessarily mean the service is running and available. So you should also use the Juju status command, and basically that checks up with the bootstrap instance and lets you know what exactly is going on. And we can see here that we have 3 machines created. It gives us their instances and it tells us what services we've deployed. The one we're interested here is WordPress down at the bottom. It tells us the charm it used, that we've exposed it, and usefully down here it gives us the public address. But you can see here at the moment the status is pending. So at the moment that service isn't really available and running. So we may have to wait a few minutes for that to deploy completely. So after a few minutes, if we run the status command again, excellent, now we can see that WordPress is listed as started. So if I sneakily copy that web address, open up a browser, and go there we have our WordPress all ready for someone to set up. Excellent. So that's just a demonstration of how easy it is to deploy services using Juju. Now that we've tested our environment and we know that it works, we can use the destroy environment command, and basically that just deletes all the instances and the bootstrap node, and it cleans out the cloud of everything that we've done. But now you know that it works, and we can deploy the services that we really want to use.